I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't wanna tell you to drop it, but I don't wanna play your fair.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that post notification bell. And if you're not new here, hey y'all. So a lot of y'all may know, but some of y'all may not know, I just had a baby. Well, didn't just have a baby, he's 3 months now, but I just had a baby. And I just wanted to come on here and give y'all my birth story. Y'all, before we get into this, I just want to put some pictures on here and just show y'all my baby. He is the cutest baby in the world. He is such a happy baby. He is such a great baby. So as you can see the pictures, he just smiles all the time. Like, I literally take him with me everywhere. I promise you, I take him with me everywhere. But he's always liking to be outside. He's always liking to be playing around. He doesn't really cry unless he wants something. But we're going to get into this story time. So at this point, I was 39. Hold on. I was 39 weeks. And hold on. I was 39 weeks and 3 days. Well, 2 days. When I went to labor, I was 39 weeks and 2 days. So this was July 23rd. And y'all, I kept saying like, oh my gosh, like something is the 23rd. Something is the 23rd. I'm going to have him on the 23rd. I'm going to go into labor the 23rd. Something is the 23rd. One of those two is going to happen. And I literally went into labor on the 23rd. I just had like this gut feeling. I kept watching. Okay, I know I might sound a little like Delulu when I say this, but I kept seeing a whole bunch of TikToks that kept saying July 23rd, 2023, July 23rd, 2023 was going to be when I had the baby or something. So I was like, you know what? It's not a coincidence. It's going to happen. And it did. So that was the day of my brother and my sister-in-law. That was their baby shower because they were having a baby too. So I was 39 weeks and 2 days. Hold on, no. 3 days. Hold on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 3 days. 3 days. I was, yeah, not 39 weeks and 3 days. Sorry, y'all. So this was on a Sunday. So my boyfriend's twin brothers, Miles and Mason, they were having a birthday party at Fun City, which is like a Sky Zone. I don't know if y'all have that, like where y'all at. It's like a trampoline park. So we went there. Earlier that day, I felt like I had to go number 2. But I was constipated or something. It wasn't coming out, but it wasn't nothing after that. So then we went there. I ate. I was eating. Like when I tell you, eating. I was really eating like, so I was eating like pizza, wings. I was putting buffalo sauce, ranch, everything. I was eating. So then after that, everybody was jumping around and stuff. But I obviously can't. So I was just following them around, walking around. I'm like, nah, we're going to get this baby out. Because some people were trying to say, oh, you're going to have the baby late since it's your first baby. I'm like, no, he's getting out now. So I was walking around, following everybody. So then I started taking pictures, which I'm going to insert here. I started taking pictures. And they came out so cute, first of all. But I started taking pictures. And then I was like, oh, I feel like I have to go to the bathroom again. Like, so I went to the bathroom and I felt constipated still. And bro, oh my gosh, I still couldn't go. So I called my stepbrother and I was like, oh yeah, we can't make it to the baby shower because we're at the party, but I'll come after. And he was like, okay, that's cool. Da, da, da. I went to go sit down. And I was like, oh, these cupcakes look real good. So I ate a cupcake. I was like, let me get another one. I ate another one. So then I'm sitting there. I'm talking to Nikki, my friend, or / sister-in-law. And we're talking. And then next thing you know, I start feeling cramps. It felt like period cramps, though. I was like, I'm going to start timing it to make sure. So I was timing it, and it was real consistent. It started being consistent. And I had it in my notes. I don't know if I have it in my notes or not still. But if I do, I'm going to put a screenshot of it in here. So I was recording like how far apart my contractions were, and they were real consistent. And then I had told Daywan, and I'm like, they're really consistent, like I think we should go home and like get our stuff. So we went back home. We told everybody. We called my stepbrother in the car, like, oh yeah, sorry, we're not gonna be able to make it, like, you know, I think I'm in labor. He like, oh no, you're good, da 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 da, like, go ahead, like, congrats, like, call us if anything, whatever. So I go to my house, and he's getting the last of his stuff, like putting like the car seat in the car, like putting the bags in the car, stuff like that. So then I called my doctor while I was recording it, and it was getting a little bit worse, but not really. Like, I was still, like, it was still going away. Still felt like period cramps, but my period cramps are bad, so I guess it wasn't that bad. So, yeah, so then he goes, oh, no, he goes, blah, blah, sorry. I get sidetracked, y'all. But, so then my doctor called me back when I was literally about to walk out the door, because I was like, I can't wait no more. Like, it got a little worse. I was like, nah, like, I think I need to go to the hospital. So we were walking out the door, and then she literally called me. So I sat on the couch, and I was telling her, oh yeah, you know, I think I'm in labor. Like, my contractions are like 3 minutes apart, like 3 to 4 minutes apart. And she was like, oh, like, she was trying to make it like, since I'm able to talk still, that like I really wasn't in labor, which I didn't like. So I was like, she was like, but you could come in anyways. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm gonna come in anyways. Soon as I said that, I stood up and my water broke. Like, literally, it just went, like, literally, I had like a balloon in between my legs, and I just went and popped it, and it just, so I went to the bathroom, and it was stuff coming out, and it was like green brown in it though. So I was on the phone with her, and I was like, I think my water broke. She was like, what color is it? And I told her that, and she was like, oh, she was like, well, yeah, come in, like, we need to check you. So I was like, okay. So I went. I was crying, obviously. My boyfriend was like, do you think it's legal if I run the lights and stuff? Da, 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 da. But no, don't do that. So we went. We got there, and he brought the wheelchair out, and I was literally leaking. Mind you, I changed my pants at the house for no reason, because it literally got over the new pants. So in the wheelchair, I sat in the wheelchair. It was all over the wheelchair. Like, literally, like, it was just, I felt so bad. Like, I felt so bad. So I get there. They're making me fill all these forms out. I'm like, bro, just make me do this later. I will do it later. Please, I will do it later. I get there. They make me stand on the scale, check my weight, all this stuff. And I'm just in here like, bro, where the epidural? It's like, nah, I wasn't there yet. I wasn't that bad yet. I just felt like very constipated. So then I go to the room. They put me in the room in a triage. They put me in the room, and they were like, oh, can I get a urine sample? So I tried to go. I tried to give them a urine sample, but I was so scared to push. Like, I was like, I don't want this baby to fall in the toilet. Like, I cannot. Like, I'm too scared. Like, it felt like I had to poop. Oh, number 2. Y'all be all right. I had to poop. So, yeah. So then I go to lay back in the bed, and all this green stuff and brown stuff is literally just leaking out of me. They put like a pad thing on the bed, like a doggy pad on the bed. So they attach a thing to you that's checks your baby's like heart rate and stuff like that. So they attached that to me, and they were like, okay, like, they asked me questions, blah, blah, blah. Then they brought Daywan back, and they were like, okay, yeah, like, the doctor's going to come in and check you. Was taking forever. When I tell you the contractions, like, kicked up crazy, like, it was just like, and on the screen, like, if y'all had kids before, you know what I'm talking about. On the screen, it shows the number go up if you're having a contraction. So if it's regular, like 60 something, is like, okay, that was regular. Then you'll literally see it go up to like 120, 120 something, 130 something, 140 something. You'll literally see it go all the way up, and that's how you know it's like about to be bad. So I was just watching it, and as soon as I seen it start going up, I knew it was about to start hitting. I was like, oh my gosh, my stomach. So then next thing you know, right, I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm waiting for the... Y'all, I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, so next thing you know, the doctor came in to check me. And she laid me down. She was checking me. It was hurting, by the way. She was checking me. And she was like, oh, yeah, you're 4 centimeters dilated. We can admit you to the room. She was like, that's so great for your first time. Like, you have to be 4 centimeters dilated to get admitted. So I got there when I was able to get admitted. I'm like, okay, that's cool enough. I was going for a natural birth. But it didn't go that way. So, next thing you know, she was like, I was like, when can I get the epidural? Like, that wasn't the plan, but I could not do it. And I'm going to insert this little video here.
Alright, so we in the triage. And it's kicking her butt right now. She wanted me to document. Yeah.
Y'all, I was going through it. I wanted him to record, but he was a little scared, I feel like. But yeah, I was like shaking. Yo, I never knew that you shake so bad. Like, when I tell you shaking, like shaking, like literally shaking, like I was like in an ice cold bath in the snow in Alaska. Like, literally, I was shaking that bad. So they take me to the room, wheel me to the room, and they end up saying I could get the epidural when the anesthesiologist comes. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So she comes like right away, basically. And so they bend me over, and I hold on to the nurse. She was in front of me. She was so nice, sweetest lady ever. She was in between me, and I was bent over, and they were like, don't move, don't anything. Like, if you have a contraction, like, you cannot move or anything. So they end up putting it in. I did not expect it to burn. They did not warn me about that. So that threw me off, but I was trying not to jump. But I feel like I moved a little bit. But yeah, it burned. So anyways, whatever, that was good. So it started working like literally within like 5 minutes. It started working.
All right, now we can record again. We are not in the triage. What would this be considered? The delivery room?
Yep.
In the delivery room, and she got the epidural. She folded.
Okay, look, y'all. I definitely underestimated it. People who have natural labors, kudos to you, because y'all are very strong. You hear that?
Yeah, they're moving.
But y'all, I can't feel my legs.
She can't feel nothing. She keeps telling me the itch stuff for her too.
But I can't feel it.
Like, she think I'm a... I ain't gonna say it on here.
Shut up.
Say no, but all right, y'all, we in here.
And I literally went to sleep. We were both sleeping in that room. They put like the thing on my arm to check my blood pressure, and it did it like every 15 minutes. So that was annoying. That kept waking me out of my sleep, literally. So they put that on my arm to check my blood pressure. So then, yeah, to check my blood pressure. So then it was like this. Oh, so I got to the hospital around like 11, I think, or 10 something at night on the 23rd. July 24th at 6, around like 6 a.m. I had woke up. When they make me, they like flip you over when you're on epidural, because they have to make sure that it's even, like evenly distributed like through your body. So they flip you over. They put something in between your leg to keep your leg elevated, or this leg elevated, you on your side, you on the other side, like that. So they had me on my left side now, because I was on my right side, and I just couldn't get comfortable. And I'm telling her, I'm like, no, like, it hurts. Like, it doesn't feel like pressure, like it actually hurts. So it didn't hurt like as bad as without epidural though, let me tell you, because at 4 centimeters, that was crazy. I couldn't imagine without epidural. So mommies who did it natural, kudos to you. Y'all are so strong. But I could not. Sorry, y'all. My camera died. So anyways, like I was saying, I got flipped over, and it was so uncomfortable. It didn't feel like pressure. It felt like it hurted. Ooh, that's not a word. It hurt. So basically, she was like, do you want the doctor to come in to check you? I'm like, yes, please. So the doctor comes in and checks me. She's like, I feel the head. We're going to start preparing you for labor. I'm like, I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm shaking, literally shaking. And then they come in, prep, And the doctor wasn't in there, though. It was a midwife, the nurse, and one other person. No, it was only the midwife and the nurse. No. Yeah. Only the midwife and the nurse. So my boyfriend had to hold my leg. Like, the nurse held my leg. He held my other leg, and the midwife was in the middle. And so I'm pushing. So I ended up pushing for 39 minutes. So basically 40 minutes. It did not feel like it. When I tell y'all, the epidural literally had me so numb. Like, it literally had me numb. Like, I could not feel it at all. Like, I just felt like pressure, and it felt like it was ripping a little bit. Like, when it was like his head was coming out. But she was like, oh my gosh, so much hair, so much hair. She made me feel down there. No, she didn't make me. She was like, oh, do you want to feel it? I was like, yeah. So I felt it in the middle of me pushing, like in the middle of labor. So I felt it. I'm like, oh my gosh, all that hair. So then my boyfriend just staring, like, looking at like everything that's happening. He told me after that I pooped. Did any of y'all do that? Because I didn't even know that. But I mean, it makes sense because I felt like I had to for like the whole day. So anyways, yeah, so I pushed. The NICU had to be there because when my water broke, his I don't know how you say it, meconium. Their first poop was in, well, he did it inside of me. So they had to make sure that he didn't inhale that. So when he came out, they suctioned his mouth and he started screaming. And then he peed. All in the air, he was peeing. He was literally peeing. So then they wrapped him. They put him on me. And then I'm literally like so confused. Like, how do I react? Like, what do I do with this baby? It's like, nah. But I was like, whoa. Like, this was just inside of me. Now it's outside of me. Like, that's crazy. So then they cut the umbilical cord. Y'all, I'm so upset that I could not record my delivery. Like, they would not let me at all. Like, that's so disappointing. I wanted to sneak it, but they was literally like hawking. So anyways, yeah. So then what happened? So they weighed him, all that stuff. He was 6 pounds, 10 ounces. He was 19 3/4 inches. And he was born July 24th, 2023. This is my mom, all in my video. So yeah. So I ended up, so I did like skin to skin. Like, we did like skin to skin after that. We did like skin to skin after that. And where are you going, Mom?
I gotta wash clothes.
Oh. We did skin to skin after that. And they let me and him like just had that alone time. Like, they didn't wash him or anything. Like, and I didn't want him to be, because I did my little research on that too. And I'm supposed to like wash them right away, because it can also like moisturize their skin, 1, and then 2, like I'm talking about the fluids on them, and also regulate their body temperature. So anyways, yeah, they ended up wheeling me up to the room. Oh yeah, I also tried to breastfeed for the first time. Yeah, that was a little weird, but beautiful. We're calling everybody, you know, making our calls, making our texts, letting everybody know, keep them updated. So they ended up wheeling me up to the room. I had a catheter in, which is like they put the little tube in your pee hole so that you can pee, because you cannot control like your pee when your muscles and stuff, like when you're on epidural. So I had that on. So she changed my last bag out when I was going upstairs, which was to my room, like my post, whatever you call it, room. I don't know, whatever. So that's where I had to stay. I had to actually stay for, okay, so I was there the night that I went into labor. Then I was there that day he was born. And then I was there the next day. And then I left the morning after that. So let's say I got there Sunday night and I didn't leave till Wednesday morning. So yeah, so then we were there, you know, everything was good. He couldn't latch. He would latch onto this one, but he wouldn't latch onto this one. And this one had way less milk than this one. So I ended up having to ask for formula. Yeah, I asked for formula. I felt like a horrible mom for doing that. Like, I felt like, dang, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I try not to beat myself up about it. So I started pumping. I was trying to pump. So I got my son circumcised, you know, to each his own. But that's what I chose to do. So the lady had came in after they took him away. Mind you, I don't know if this was the same for y'all mothers out here. Like, when you... after like you gave birth and stuff, but I was crying like every time they touched the baby. Like every time they grabbed the baby, touched the baby, anything. If he was crying, they made him cry. Like I was literally bawling my eyes out, literally. That's so sad. But anyways, I felt like we were like one. Like that was like literally like we were one person. And when he cried, I cried. So anyways, I keep saying anyways, I don't know why, but just ignore it. So we went, oh no, so they took him to get circumcised, and the lady came back, and she came back without the baby, and she was like, oh yeah, then she wanted to talk to me. I'm literally panicking because they had him out there for a little while. I'm like, and she was like, oh, nothing happened, like the baby's okay. Like, girl, start off with that. Like, you need to start off with that. Like, let's start off with that before we go into this. Let me know that the baby's okay. So she was like, oh, the nurse is going to bring him in. But she didn't feel comfortable doing it. She said she didn't know how it was going to be. Da, 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 da. So before we left the next morning, the doctor that specializes in that, he came and he was just like, oh, no, he's good. He's good. Like, we're going to go through with it. Like, he doesn't see what the other person said. I'm glad that she didn't feel comfortable with it. So she took the time out to like not do it and let me know. Because if you don't feel comfortable with it, I'm cool with that. I don't want you to mess anything up. So they did it anyways. And then we literally, they did it like when we were getting ready to leave. So then they brought him back and then we left. My best friends, my sister-in-law, my cousin, which is the baby, my best friend and my cousin are the baby's godmoms. And my mom, I forgot. They all set up my apartment, and they like got me new sheets. They set up the bathroom. They got me new curtains. Like they had a food made. My mom went home and made food too. There was flowers there, songs, like there was like baby stuff there. Like it was so nice, y'all. Like it was literally so nice. And I really appreciate them for that because I love y'all. It's like, nah, but for real, I really do appreciate that like so much. Definitely just know when y'all have y'all babies, well, my best friend already had her baby, but if she have another one, and then when they have their babies, we going all out for the babies. Like, we turning up. But anyways, y'all, that was my birth story. Honestly, I feel like my pregnancy and my labor and delivery, like, everything was so great. And I have a great baby. Like, I didn't have no morning sickness. I had nothing through my pregnancy, literally. I barely gained any weight. And as soon as I had the baby, I lost all my weight, literally. I went back to my original weight that I started with before I got pregnant. And then on top of that, he literally only cries when he wants something. That is so great. Like literally, like I could not ask for a better baby, like, or pregnancy. Like it was amazing. So anyways, y'all, if y'all like this video or you have any other suggestions and videos that you want to hear or see, if you want any story times, if you want anything else, comment that down below. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. Lock in with me, y'all. Lock in. So, with that being said, I am out of here.
I've been all in my phone, I got options. And I don't want to tell you to drop it, but I don't want to play your face.